She believed her secret was buried deep beneath layers of routine and half-truths, safely hidden from my eyes. But there I was, already home, waiting. It's strange how these things unravel, how what begins so innocently, so full of hope and promise, can quietly rot right under your nose without you even realizing. We'd been together for 7 years. Our marriage wasn't flawless, far from the fairy tale spun from romance novels. But I always believed it was solid, steady, built on mutual respect and countless shared memories. I thought we had what most people crave, a genuine partnership capable of weathering life storms. Sure, we had our disagreements, arguments over trivial things like dinner plans or that vacation we kept postponing, stress from work, and the usual daily strains, but nothing that ever felt like a crack threatening to shatter everything. Nothing screaming out, "She's going to betray you." Her name was Sarah. For the longest time, she was my world. We met in college, and from the very first moment I saw her, something sparked, a connection electric and undeniable. She was radiant, sharp, magnetic, the kind of presence that grabs hold of you before you even realize it. We moved fast, drawn together by that irresistible pull you never question. Being with her felt like fate, something inevitable, as if the universe had conspired to bring us together. Marriage followed naturally. It just made sense. It felt right. And for a while, it was, until it wasn't. The shift didn't hit all at once. It crept in slowly, almost invisibly, like a shadow growing just beyond your peripheral vision. At first, it was the little things. Her phone face down on the table, silent during dinners. The late nights at work that became more frequent. The unscheduled meetups with friends I'd never heard of. I tried not to read too much into it. We were both busy, juggling demanding jobs and chaotic schedules. Life was hectic, and I told myself these were just phases. But deep inside, something felt wrong. She became distant, not just physically but emotionally. The warmth in her eyes that used to pull me in, the spontaneous tenderness in her gestures, the quiet moments that had once woven our lives together. They all started to disappear. Her smiles grew mechanical, her kisses rehearsed. I tried to deny it, told myself I was imagining things, paranoia, stress, insecurity. Until one evening, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I asked her. She laughed softly, brushing it off. "You're overthinking again," she said, that familiar gentle smile lighting her face. But her eyes told a different story, guarded, cold, distant. That's when I knew. I didn't really know her anymore. Not fully. Something had shifted beneath the surface. Something I couldn't see clearly yet. The confirmation came soon after in the most mundane way. A hotel receipt, folded and stuffed deep in the pocket of her coat. The date stopped me cold. That night, she said she was meeting a colleague for dinner. I had no reason to doubt her then. But holding that receipt shattered every comforting lie I'd told myself. Still, I didn't confront her. Not yet. I tried to believe there was an explanation, that maybe I was being paranoid. But the knot in my stomach tightened with each passing hour, the weight of suspicion crushing any hope for peace. So I followed her. It wasn't planned. I didn't think it through. My body moved before my mind could catch up. Driven by a desperate need to see, to know, I stayed far back, trailing her down winding streets until she pulled into a quiet cafe on the edge of town, discreet, hidden away. And there he was, waiting, tall, confident, with that smug ease that made my skin crawl. They embraced, then kissed. But it wasn't the casual peck of friends. No, this was intimate, familiar, like something they'd shared 1,000 times before. It hit me like a punch to the chest. I was frozen, unable to move or think, just watching the nightmare unfold before me, powerless to wake from it. Even then, I didn't confront her. I drove home in silence, moving through the rest of the day like a ghost. Inside, everything was broken, but outside, I held it together. No fights, no accusations, just a quiet, steely resolve. I needed more than proof. I needed clarity. The following days were a torment. I acted normal, smiling, chatting, sharing meals, while silently watching her weave the same tired lies. Another late night at work. Another colleague who needed help. It was a performance, and I played my part perfectly, all the while bracing myself for the moment I'd finally face the truth. That moment came unexpectedly. She casually mentioned she'd be staying late again. I nodded, said, "Drive safe," and then I waited. Hours ticked by. My heart didn't race. I felt no panic, no dread, only calm determination. When her car finally rolled into the driveway, I stepped outside, standing beneath the porch light like a statue carved from resolve. She saw me and stopped. Her face faltered, confusion, then fear. I said only 2 words. "I know." Those words shattered her defenses. She didn't deny it. I saw the guilt, the panic, the desperate scramble for words that wouldn't come. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out, just silence. Finally, she whispered, "I'm sorry." Weak, hollow, meaningless. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just turned and walked inside, leaving her standing alone in the cold. The days that followed were bleak and quiet. She packed without protest. We spoke only when necessary. She made no attempt to beg or fight, and I didn't offer forgiveness, because the truth was she had left me long before she walked out the door. What remained was a stranger, wearing a familiar face. But somehow, amid the ruins of everything I thought I knew, something unexpected began to rise, a clarity, a strength I didn't realize I had. I didn't crumble. I didn't chase after her. I faced the truth head on, and in doing so, I started to reclaim something she could never take away, myself.